Hi everybody, welcome to this week's version of Ask Octopus, where we'll be answering some of your interesting questions today. Today I've got Ryan, Bob and Sean.
Hey Derek.
Hello.
Hey guys. And this week I'll be talking about a breaking change. Recently we had, I was working with one of our customers, and what happened is when the customer had experienced an issue. What the issue was they had principle of least privilege in place, and what that basically means is your user. You normally find that your system administrator will have, or a system administrator or a developer will have a domain account, and that's just for accessing things like web, email, all that sort of good stuff. Just generally, the day-to-day stuff that they're doing that doesn't require any sort of privilege. There are a lot of security benefits with this. Like for instance, if someone ever did get access to the domain user account, they can only get access so far up the chain. If they get access to your privileged account, then that the organization may be in trouble there to suddenly access. If you've got an Exchange administrator account or a domain administrator account, with that the keys of the kingdom are basically exposed. So with that, the customer raised it where they had an issue where their normal domain account and their administrator account had the same email. I've saw this before, where what basically happens is so for instance, you've got someone called Robert.Jones, and then they have, say for instance, Robert.Jones at work.local as your domain, and or .com if it's your email address. So they'll have a local account, a non-privileged account, and then a privileged account, and they're linked using email. Generally, the reason for that is, say for instance, quite often the privileged account will have their password reset every 24 hours to address things like, say for instance, that account did get breached, it would only be breached for a maximum of 24 hours. Have you guys had that before?
See, I was never an operations person, so they never gave me the keys to the kingdom like that. So I only really had one domain account.
See, that's it. Yeah. So
I had about 3 at one point. It was very annoying, but understand why it's necessary.
You're just showing off now, Sean. With your feed. But yeah, it's generally best practice. I've had this in the past, and it's to be honest, it can be a little bit of annoying at times, but at the same time, it's completely understandable. Because I remember coming across when I first used Visual Studio back in 2008 or 2009. I remember I was in Ops at the time, and as a release manager, and at that point I was trying to get Visual Studio to run because the local devs were complaining they couldn't debug anything, because ultimately without debug you can't, without administrator you can't debug. So there's ways around that, like using VMware and in place it was things like, and it just wasn't able to get to the internet and all that sort of good stuff. But yeah, that's a story for a different time. So in 2019 version 5, we've released a change, and what that's going to mean is before we merged and matched on this, where if we used basically, as you can see, I've got a blog as well, and I will include this so for more for more information. But basically, before version 2019, version 5.0, Octopus treated emails like a key and expected them to be unique. No other authentication provider actually works like that, and basically, it wasn't unique. There was that, you do need that access to send, say, they go in normally, something like CyberArk, for instance, you could actually go in and get that one-time password reset. But yeah, with this, there was an issue before 2019 version 5.0, and if you are viewing this beforehand, we recommend doing a proof of concept upgrade. But basically, what was happening is the accounts were being merged based on the email address. So your admin account and your your Robert.Jones and your admin-RJ account suddenly then become one effectively when you log in, meaning your account that basically that is just your day-to-day activities that aren't administrative would have access to the administrator side of things with Octopus. Generally, what I would do here is just make sure that before doing the update is that you do have the correct permissions, do a proof of concept. But generally, who is affected is the only people that really are affected here are people who do share that. If you don't share the email address, then there's no issue there. But if only you won't be affected if only administrator has access to Octopus as well. And generally, don't give access to your non-administrative account to Octopus where possible. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Also, one thing is we have in the past asked customers to remove email. If you do find that you have to share the email, you can now use that and the accounts won't be merged. Have you guys had much of that from your customer?
No, not on my end.
Not on my end either.
Yeah, I think it's a fairly small subset of customers. But certainly we'll include the blog. If you do have any questions, if you're running into any issues, please do reach out to support in the usual channels using support@octopus.com. We do have the Slack channel as well, and we do have the GitHub issue here as well for full information. Okay. That's it for this week. Your super security fun time Octopus webinar. If you do have any interesting questions, go ahead and just submit them at hello.octopus.com/askoctopus. Email us at support@octopus.com or join us on Slack. But yeah, Ryan, Bob, Sean, thank you very much for joining me today and have a lovely weekend, everybody.
Thanks, Derek.
Thank you, Derek.
Thanks, Eric.